Okay, cool. We're recording now. As always, we'll plan to make everything public. And if anything gets said that you think shouldn't be public, let me know and we'll stop the recording and start another. And if we don't stop, then we'll just make the whole thing public. Sound good?
Hey, yeah, that sounds good. Let me just, I think this is going to be more comfortable for me.
Cool. Cool. So awesome to be with you, Angie. I'm so excited for this moment. It feels like there's such a confluence of different forces and energies right now, and really excited to connect with you about just everything. So
me too. This is exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited about what Emiliano and you created on Monday. I watched the video and went, like I said, I couldn't help myself from processing it. There's some parts where you're just talking about your approach, and I should have had it queued up for you now, we could go to it, but where you're talking about your approach and how the different aspects of what you do and why you do it and all of that. I haven't seen that of you anywhere, so I don't know if you have that sort of thing posted somewhere, but this is, again, in my mind, what all the content that builds out your whole story, right? Like the story of your life, and it has all these different parts, but every time something comes out of your mouth, it goes into the section of that part, right? So that you're building your content library of all of your wisdom of the world, right? And
wow. I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So you're in the process of organizing into a book, as actually I started. It's really funny. So I imagine you must have been a part of the inspiration, but in the past, I've had the idea I need to take time to write a book. Like 10 years ago, I was like, I need to take time to write a book so that I can do all this, but I never felt like I had the time. And I've just been realizing that with all that we're sharing and all that we're doing, there's really so many chapters to it, right? There's really so many different aspects that really, if laid out in a book format, so somebody could read all of this and go back to a chapter, and the videos. You get what I'm saying? I'm getting the organizational value of the book, and then also this new medium, you could call it, the way that we're creating the story making machine to allow us to just have words come out of our mouth and have it populate content in our thought map, basically, right? Yeah,
I like that. Our thought map.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess that's the first time I shared it with you. Emiliano and I have talked about it in the past. It's a lot to consider, but just imagine, just since it's come up, just imagine that all of your thoughts about everything are mapped out into this organizational structure, okay? With all of the tags of all of your different, interests and whatever it is that you're have thoughts about, that you're giving attention to. And now with the system, with the Uniting for Action system, as you and I meet, we can instantly see where our thought maps match.
I like that.
You get what I'm saying? As you have all of your views about all these different things, and I have all these views about all these different things, we have different resources in different areas.
Yeah.
And we have different resources in different areas. Then when we meet, our thought maps tell us where there's matches, tell us where we should know that each other is working, that each other has
where we match. Yeah.
In thoughts. You get what I'm saying?
I like it.
Cool. All right. So let me get back to the nuts and bolts of what I was reading. Excuse me. In the whole event, which first of all, I'm really, really excited about. I'm really glad that you and Catherine and Serge and Benjini and Ali are creating all of this. And I saw another name, but I didn't know. Anna, was it? Or
Mona, yeah.
Mona, okay. I'm not sure if I know Mona or not, but I just want to get the team that you guys are great. and you guys are doing your thing, and Catherine's doing her thing, and I'm going to be, talking with her more about really how we are going to do, how what we're doing with you, we're going to do with Catherine, basically, and with everyone,
Right.
which is that we're systematizing everything that you are doing around this event, so that, like we said, you want to minimize your time working on the computer. You want to minimize your time, dealing with whatever. I want to let you, let me just pause the recording for a second. Yeah, so the value that I want, now I'm off into another thought. I want to make sure I'm following up with the thought we were just talking about. So where did we just leave off? I apologize.
Well, we were talking about the value of the system that is being created for organizing all of these projects, all of these thoughts, all of this knowledge, this body of understanding that we each have, and
exactly, yeah,
not getting overwhelmed because we have a system that helps us to cope with everything.
Yes, that's a very eloquent way of putting it. I really appreciate how you said all of that. That's really, really great. Because again, you are doing certain things that you have to do for the planning of this event, for the production of this event, for the promotion of this event, and everything that you have to do is pretty similar to what you would have to do for another time that you did an event like this, right? And that's why, like we're saying, if it's like, here's this task and what needs to be done, and you've described it in such a way that one person could do it this time, another person could do it next time, but you are not going to have to create that whole explanation the second time, right?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like you're creating all the explanations this one time. Now you've got all your whole system in place to have other people run the whole thing. Like you don't have to be there at all. You get what I'm saying? Just somebody make sure that all of these things are getting done that Angie has defined for all of this stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? That's
saying like this event can be recreated where I won't even have to be there.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. You're putting right. This. You're packaging this event into a box, basically, right? The first thing you're doing is you're dealing with, the event description, right? And so that's like one process, and you guys are going to figure out how you're going to get, all of that done. But once you guys figure out like a format and you've got a template and you've got everything there, then it'll just be, inserting different details next time. You won't have to spend time on that next time, right?
Right.
Not as much time. And then on every aspect of the planning and the production, like what you're going to do and who's going to do what and who's going to be in what role. Again, what you're doing is you're building machines. So you're building a machine for your event production and a reality generating machine for your event production. And we have this role that this time this person is filling, but next time somebody else could be filling. And here's another role.
Be inserted. Right.
Exactly, inserting the supporter. So every supporter that's showing up to support you in any way, all of your partners, but also the photographer, the social media manager, all these different pieces. Again, once you create your whole like portfolio of your promotional drip campaign, on Instagram and Facebook and all of that, you'll already have a template again, right? You'll already have it all mapped out. All we have to do is pop in different pictures or whatever next time, right? So again, you're doing a lot of work up front that doesn't have to get repeated, as long as we're capturing it all in a way that it is automatic without your,
We're doable.
intervention next time.
We're doable. Right.
You're going to have a person that works for you that's going to do all the stuff that you don't have to do. The only thing that you're going to have to do is whatever you want to do.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
And next time I could just, I mean, if I want to be in the event, I could be in the event, but I won't have to do all the
everything.
And the everything.
All the production, all the promotion, all the everything that you don't want to spend time on the computer and time on your phone. That honestly, leading up to this event, you're going to be doing, right? Because you're the one this time, right? But you want to lay it all down in a way where it gets captured by the Uniting for Action system, the story making machine, where you're not having to build all of that a second time. You get what I'm saying? Like it's already built for the second time and the third time. You might add things here and tweak things here, but you're not starting from scratch every time. We're living in a world where we're usually starting from scratch in that kind of way. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We just do a bunch of promotion. We get a bunch of people there, whatever. You're building something much more intentionally, brick by brick by brick. And every brick that you add is just adding to your encyclopedia of knowledge and wisdom that you're sharing with the world and all the different dimensions that you're doing it, right? Here I'm doing it with one-day retreats. Here I'm doing it with sessions. Here I'm doing it with my book. Here I'm doing, so here the world has access to all of that all the time through your story and the story making machine. You see that? There's no social media that can really present it in that kind of way, right? That's the real challenge and almost kind of craziness if you think about it with our current social media, Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. They're all just momentary. They're all momentary because as soon as that moment is past, it's buried under, however many more posts, and there's no more value. There's no more value of that post to you in your world. You have no collection of all your posts and all the wisdom that you shared, especially not all categorized into all these different areas, right? Well, we're done with wasting our time that way. You're going to make the same posts, but you're going to be posting them from where you've put them within your story within Uniting for Action, right? So it's going to be, you're going to post it there, like, here's what I want to share. And then you're going to share that onto Facebook. And when people click on the link, they're going to be at that part of your story in the midst of your whole story, able to navigate to whatever parts you want to share with them.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
interesting.
Yeah. I didn't think about the fact that I had never really explained it to you that way, but I'm glad that you're really getting it now.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of different parts to it. So it's like we got to talk about it a lot to fully get the whole thing.
It's true. And I totally understand that. I'll send you the chapters to my book. I've got the chapters so far now. And it really does highlight like how many pieces there are and big pieces, right? But And you and I, we've focused a lot so far on you being the seeker, but this is also where you're being the supporter, because as the supporter, you're having people pay you to provide support to them in their tantric world, in their healing world. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? They're the ones hiring you. They're seeking your support. Right. So in the context of your retreat, it's a different way of we've been talking about using the system as a seeker, where you're wanting to create a reality and you're putting all the pieces in place to create your reality. You're also using it as a supporter in this case with the retreat. So I want to make that distinction, because you're showing up as a supporter. People are paying you to support them in this aspect of their life that they want healing. You get what I'm saying? They're the ones with the intention, I want healing in this space. They're paying you to provide that to them, right?
Right.
So in that role as a supporter, what you can do with the system, a little bit different than using the control panel and that sort of thing, is you can build out your story, just like you were with Emiliano. And that's the thing, like the first 10, 15 minutes of your conversation where you were telling him, you know, how you approach things and how things are, you get what I'm saying? Like all the different aspects that you got into. Again, to me, that ought to be front and center on one of your first pages where people are, you know, who's Angie? Right. And this is the type of content we need in all the realms that you have things to share, because you want to have lots of people showing up and saying, who's Angie? Right. That's kind of the game that we're starting to play, is we're going to start to connect you with influencers that each have their own network, and you're going to be working with that influencer to have them want to let you share your offer through them, right? For them to say, hey, I know Angie, I did this with Angie, and she's got this retreat that is like amazing, and I highly, you know, recommend you go. And there's a whole list of people. I think we're going to talk about some names, because I was thinking of names of like, who do I know that I think ought to be on your short list if you haven't already, you know, put them there. But this is where it's actually, there's a bunch of about to share with you. We're kind of going to shift gears a little bit, because now I'm going to get into the event mode, like what I see of how I would handle the promotion and that sort of thing, and advice I would give you just on the promotion side. Can I share that for a couple minutes here?
Yeah.
The thing I was going
to hear what you think about it.
First of all, I love it. I love, you know, the whole concept of it, and you know, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for what it's going to, what's going to come of it. And yeah, so let me. I wrote some notes, so I'm going back to my notes to kind of like recenter on some of the things I want to share. I'm glad we discussed all of that. The thing that we're going to do with the systematization is, you know, we're going to focus on how you systemize the planning, how you systemize the promotion, and how you systematize the production, right? And by
promotion, production, PPP.
Yeah, those are the three areas that I'm seeing right now. We can add to it, you can change it, but that's kind of the way that I'm seeing it from, you know, my kind of experience. And then I'm also going to give you input on the planning, the promotion, and the production, just, you know, from my perspective in those areas. And the one thing, like I was just saying, is I want to help you focus on building a promotional network, because that's really, you know, what Uniting for Action helps facilitate. Because what you're doing, think about this for just a moment, by using the system, basically, what you'll be doing in using the system with your event is that as you are bringing on whoever you're bringing on, you know, the social media manager and the video editor and the different people that you're working with and whoever it's going to be, the idea, if you want to do this, and if you don't, let me know what's there for you, but is to have each one of them come in, form the relationship with you within the Uniting for Action network, and give all of you the opportunity to be open about the working relationship. Basically, there's going to be an opt-in network, and I still have to kind of figure it out, but it's essentially where we're encouraging and incentivizing business, just like you and I have been doing, and, you know, I'm doing with others, to be open about the whole agreement of, you know, what are you doing for me? What am I paying? What is the time? And then at the end of that, have the ratings of how satisfied, how, you know, on time, how good the quality was. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. The different ratings, because again, this is where everyone that's being in the system.
Right.
Are you able to switch it back?
Sorry, something happened there. Yeah.
Don't know how I did that.
Everyone that's in the system. Everyone
that's in the system is going to be able to then have other people hire them, right? This is where the marketplace gets created. As you're sharing what agreement you have with this entity and what you're getting from them, it gives the opportunity for the whole world to show up and say, Angie, I could do this for you, and I'm willing to do this. Like, you're inviting the opportunity. You're not only creating an agreement with a prospect that's doing a good job for you in the moment, but you're creating the ability for you to evolve to higher levels, because what you're doing with them is the rest of the world can see, and the rest of the world can say, Angie, I can help you in this promotional way, or I can help you in this production way, or I want to be the person that's going to be your one person that's going to pull off this whole event without you next time. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Or even pull it off in different localities. Like, that's the thing, is you can decide how big you want to be, because when you're putting a whole event into a box, then you can just, like, I mean, franchise is like the old model, but you get the idea, right? You have a lot of affiliates, let's say, that are using the, Angie Rainbow G method of, whatever, the tantric ministry event.
Right. Thai Tantra yoga. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's something that I think will be very applicable for Thai Tantra yoga, because I want to actually create a training course with manuals and with like a teacher training, like a yoga teacher training, like a Thai massage training, but it will be Thai Tantra yoga.
That's so great. That's so great to hear. And that gets into another aspect. Did you want to say more about that?
Well, yeah, what I want to say about that is that I would like to create the training, the methodology for training other practitioners. And then that's how I see kind of like taking myself out of the equation, right? When I can train somebody to do what I do. In the meantime, I kind of feel like I have to be there to do what I do. But I feel like once I have these training programs, and I could train others to do what I do in their own way. They're always going to have their own expression, but they will have the template blueprint of what that's like, and then they can recreate it for themselves. And then we want that to be part of the ministry, part of like our training for the ministers.
That's so great. And it's so perfect. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm really glad to hear that that's a vision of yours, because that is like, the natural expansion, expression of yourself, right? For you not to just share with the limited number of individuals that you can, but to allow what you've learned and what you've developed to be shared, by many that can't take the time and the energy that you have, and can't follow the path that you have to create this magic. Oh my goodness. I guess put the sign, huh?
Things going on.
Well, I when things like that happen, I feel like it's the universe sending a signal right at that moment. And I was talking right at that moment about you multiplying, your whole world into the world. So I think the universe is putting a big exclamation point on that to really reinforce, how awesome, that is and will be, and all of that. So it's really perfect, because again, the way that I see it at this moment, to be honest with you, is we have to, in the long term, we're obviously on a path, but I just want to share this in this moment, is that we have to create economics around what you're doing that supports you having like full-time, or not full-time enough to process all of your video. Like that literally, that you could be, talking all day long to different people, and you've got a team that's capturing it all and turning it all into content, right? Like that's what I'm creating for myself. That's what you're creating for yourself. The only hindrance to it is to have the resources to be able to have that whole team working, right? So over over time, you and I are going to be talking more, about the long term, like how do we really blow up your finances to support that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And to support that support. And we'll figure it out. Today's not the day to go to that
It will
level.
come through as we're getting more organized and getting all the pieces into place. Yeah.
Yeah. But I just want to put that out there because again, I know you already get this, today I didn't say, you need to pay for this session. What I'm doing is I'm paying it forward to you, right? I want to create value in your world such that you perceive the value so much that like I want to give some value back to Jared, like you did when when I owed you the $500 and you said keep it. It was like you got the value, and that's the thing. I'm going to keep giving you value as much as I can, as much as you can keep returning it. And we want to keep raising it and raising it and raising it. I want to be able to provide a whole team of interns that are processing all of your stuff. You get what I'm saying? So, so we have to keep.
I appreciate that. We're creating like an infinity loop. We're giving and we're receiving and we're creating more, and I like that.
Exactly. And I'm glad you can feel that energy, because what I'm doing is working on teaching the world how to find ways to do that with each other, right? If we can all be existing in that type of exchange with each other, that the more we give to the other, the more we're receiving back, right? And we keep going to higher and higher levels of how much we're giving and receiving with each other. Do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Just think of the difference of the world of us operating on such a higher level of giving and receiving. And part of the thing too, with the whole system of the commissions and everything, is we will be literally giving and receiving, dollars from everything else. But this is in the supporter relationship, right? This is in, I'm supporting you, I'm giving you a bunch of value, you please figure out what it's worth to you and how you can return the value and recirculate it. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And we'll keep talking about that, because that's what we're going to keep striving for. And that's what Uniting for Action is going to strive for with everyone. So I appreciate that you're seeing how we're doing it and we're actually doing it to be the model,
Exactly.
I really, really honor and appreciate that. I want to say, because I've been thinking about it, I've been realizing, because I've been dealing with a lot of clearing stuff for me, having clearing relationships and clearing past ways that I've been disempowered in general. I'm going to this place where I have to find everything that's disempowering me, because I have to address it, because I have to be in the fullest power I can be to bring all of this into the world. It's such a heavy lift that wherever I'm disempowered is like a leg to fall down and collapse,
right.
And it's like, I need to be in my fullest solid self in order to bear the weight of what's about to come to me with all of, of this, leading the world into a whole new way of being, the one I just wanted to share with you again, because I was thinking about it, because I'm dealing with it, is the one primary kind of lesson to take that Uniting for Action can provide for you is what I shared with you last time, which is that we have this circle of commitment, right? And whatever is inside of that circle, whatever we're, committed to, we're going to manifest. And whatever is outside of that circle is kind of outside of our ability to control whether it's going to manifest or not. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm dealing with this for myself, and I know we're all going to deal with this, is that relationship by relationship with every individuals that we want to create results with, every time we can be 100% our word, then we have like 100% trust by that person. And when we have 100% commitment in an organization, and we demand 100% commitment, that everyone is committed to creating the result, then your organization can create that result. When you cannot be, committed to different things, like you get what I'm saying? I'm saying it for myself. This is where I'm dealing with my stuff,
Yeah.
where I
Yeah.
haven't been able to be committed to different things, then I can't create the reality that I'm declaring at that level. Do you get what I'm saying? Like we can only create reality at the level that we are like fully committed to, when we're creating such a big vision like you and I are creating.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? To have
It takes a lot. It takes a lot of power. It takes a lot of focus and concentration and showing up and doing the things that we don't want to do. I'm gonna try to be pride hanging on my silks right now, but I gotta do what I gotta do, so I gotta show up.
No, I totally appreciate that. And you are showing up in such a big way. And that's part of what I wanted to acknowledge about this, is that I've been recording a lot of the content of me diving into the stuff that I have to deal with, but I haven't been sharing it with the world yet. But you are sharing with the world the challenges and the obstacles that you're facing to bring all of this into the world. With Emiliano, you shared different places that could be challenges for you, and I want to honor you and being an example to people of what it looks like to address where we're being challenged and to seek support and to overcome and be empowered in those areas, right? So I really want to honor you and appreciate you and acknowledge you that you're showing up to be the example for the world right now. And I think it's really, really important, that I see that and that the world sees that. So thank you, Angie.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate the support and your devotion and dedication to getting all this together, and getting Emiliano on your team to expand, so that you can also keep on working on the bigger picture, and then having people like Emiliano who are very talented. I could tell he's very talented in organization and planning and time management, things like that. I think that's really lovely. I felt really supported with him. And I feel like a good energy between us. And I feel like my dreams are more possible now, because now I have like a system and an accounting buddies to like stay on track. So yeah.
That is awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. And that's so great that you're saying that. And that's, let me just soak that in on Emiliano's behalf. Awesome, Emiliano. Great job. Way to go, brother.
Yeah, so good. I felt more organized just the first day working with him. So that's good. Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah. And it's a perfect example again. And this is why, again, just to be clear, we bring Emiliano into the system and now he can serve, other clients, and you bring all these different supporters that you're going to be working with into the system, and now they can serve other clients and they can be served, right? We're starting to build the network like right at the beginning, but we're going to build it quickly because what's there for people is going to be very appealing, even on just the top level of a reality control panel, right? With simple tutorial videos, right? We're getting close to just show up at the website and just be able to start using the tools, right? Yeah. But also to have so many people want to go to these deeper levels like you are. There's so much value for so many, everybody really, right?
Yeah.
So, and to have all of the contractors that can serve all of those people, thousands, tens of thousands of Emilianos, that are there to support people, but not just Emilianos, Angie's, right? Yeah. to have you be able to, you know, create your space in here. That's the thing too with the connectors. So to get back to the influencers.
And I just have to say, I have to leave to Miami at 3. So, and I need to publish this event because I was gonna do it yesterday. I was gonna take all the copy from that I shared with you and put it on the Eventbrite, but I didn't because I know you said you had some comments about it. And so I didn't want to cut you off, but I really do have a limited time because I also have to get dressed and get ready. And by 3 is my cutoff time. So I need to do all that before then.
I got it.
So
I apologize that I didn't give you the specific comments. I should have gotten into that much sooner.
Yeah, no, it's okay. And I know we're talking about like bigger picture with the program and anything, but right now I really just have to be focused on like going to Miami, going to this event, getting this information out, and I'm going to be seeing Catherine, you know, so I just need for today, I mean, I want to focus on everything, right? Think about the course and this, but right now it's like this is in front of my face. Maybe that's why I kept looking that way.
I'm so sorry that I have not been present to that at all. So
Yeah.
I know you have to go very soon. How much time can I take to tell you whatever I can share with you right now?
Yeah, for sure. I think like 20 more minutes. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I apologize then for really, because there's a lot of this type of stuff that I want to share with you. So let me get into this. So the first question is, how often do you want to have an event like this?
This particular boat one, or you mean like if in general?
Well, it could be the boat. Will you tell me how often do you want to have a boat one, and how often do you want to do something similar but not on a boat?
Yeah, I'm thinking in December, I'm going to be creating another event that's not the boat one. That's going to be more of like ceremony with the winter solstice. And I'll tell you more about that once I have more information on it, but it's going to be in December. And this one, I think this one could be like even on a quarterly basis, every 3 months.
That's what I was thinking too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. And do you have a capacity for your December event and a cost?
I do, but I haven't started planning that yet. I just have the idea, and I live in the place where I want to have it. And it's more of a garden environment.
Okay, we don't need to talk more about that now.
We get into that yet. Yeah, we need to focus on this.
Yeah, limited time.
Boat one.
Yeah. How much money do you want to walk away with from producing this event?
This particular event, we were doing the math, and due to that, you know, we are 6 facilitators, 2 organizations. We're not really doing it for the money. We're doing it more for the connections, beginning to create also like our foundation of like, you know, our congregational tribe, people that are going to be wanting to join our events on more of a regular basis. So, and also creating a space for us to enjoy community fun and body work, and also give an opportunity for our group clients to become private one-on-one clients, right? After having a group experience, being exposed to what we each do, and if they feel connected to any particular practitioner, having the opportunity to work with that practitioner on a one-to-one. So I feel like this is what this event is doing, is creating that community space for people to get to know us more, and then having that opportunity. And of course, we need to make money so that we can cover our costs, and so that we can at least make, you know, some fundraising. This is a fundraiser for our church. So we do need to have a little bit more than what we pay to have this event so that we can do what we need to do with our church, finish paying the consulting fees, build our website, etc. Right? So at this point, we came up with some pricing, and we have to just keep in consideration there we are going to have certain expenses. We don't know exactly how much those expenses are going to be right now, because a lot of it depends on different factors, right? We have to buy food, we have to buy gas, things like that. So we don't know exactly yet how much those costs are going to be, right?
That's part of what my question is, because I was wondering if the economics really work for you when I was looking at the numbers. I didn't know if you were calculating in like your social media managers, contract rate or whatever, and if you were calculating in,
My social media manager is more of a personal expense for Angie Rainbow G. This is a collective type of event for our organizations, and my social media manager is something that I'm funding from my own work. So I'm not calculating those expenses in here.
Okay. I heard when you were talking with Emiliano the other day about, what you needed to do the promotion for the event. You were talking about having the whole drip campaign and all of that sort of thing. So
maybe I do need to calculate that cost into this. Yeah.
It's from a business perspective, it's the way to know what your costs are to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
There is a real cost for you in that, in each of these things.
Sure.
And the food and the gas and all that. I mean, you can figure out your shopping list now as well as you can the day before, right? So
yeah.
figure it out now and get your costs down, for everything, because there is more. Again, I want to get into the specifics of the different people and what you can do and that sort of thing, but I want to understand more of the mechanics of where you're operating from, because I want to help you actually put the right costs in the right places to know what you have to charge in order to make whatever the minimum is that you want to have, as a fundraiser. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if in the end you realize that you thought you wanted to get, $2,000 as a fundraiser, but you don't have, but you only got $200 or something like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're in control of the numbers, right?
Yeah.
And right now, just to let you know, I did the calculation. You have 4,650 is the minimum for your sold out boat. That's if everybody is a couple at the couple rate, and that's 3 couples doing the both. And that's another thing I want to share with you. There's a bunch of different aspects.
4,650.
4,650 is if you have 3 couples paying $999.
400 and 4,000.
650.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's if you have 3 couples paying $999 for the full day and night, and 3 couples paying $555 for the early bird for both. So and that's what I think you should count on, because I think you should easily be able to sell out the early bird. That's the thing, is that this is where, kind of just to let you know, my mind around any events are who is my promotional network to get this out to. But the more I was hearing about about what you're doing with this, the more I was feeling like this is like the core of your ministry, right? Of your temple. So this is it really feels like it should be like a hand-picked list from your guys, group of whatever. And you're not going to, I mean, you could do promotion just to let people know about it, but essentially all the spots are going to be taken by whoever you want there. And if you don't, is that what you feel like you already know? Like, you know the name, I don't want you to say the names on the recording, but do you know the names of the people?
We each have some couples that we want to reach out to that we worked with already. So we each want to reach out to our tribe first. I think the stories and all of that is also more for getting ourselves out there into the world. Not everybody's going to see our stories or it's going to come to the event, but they're going to at least know that we exist and what type of things we're doing for future reference.
That's the other part I want to ask you is, are you familiar with the sales funnel concept?
Yeah.
Are you thinking of what you're doing in terms of a sales funnel? Because I think that's a conversation that you and I are going to start having.
Yeah. Yes, because like I said, I want this to be an event that's like the foundation for people to work with us privately.
But, and it's great that this will be that. And in your sales funnel, you want to have several different levels of lower level commitments that people are working through to get to that, which although it's the foundation of the other, it's also the culmination of many more relationships that you have with other people at much lower level commitment levels. You get what I'm saying? And this is, again, are you having that kind of conversation with any other business people at this point? Because this is, again, going to start to be a part
about the funnels.
Yeah, because what we want to do is your top of your funnel is like your followers and your subscription list. Okay, there's nothing that they're paying, but they're a consumer of your content because they enjoy following you, right? So you have a relationship with them. And then you want to take that relationship to where they're paying you something. And you want to have the lowest level something that they could pay, $5 a month, $10 a month, $10 at a time, something very low investment.
That's why we want to have this app, because with the app, they'll pay $15 a month or whatever for just having access to free content.
Right.
Built yet. This is more for like our real world people that we know, like.
No, I totally get that. Here's the thing though, you're going to merge those worlds because you're going to be sharing the more medium level. There's more medium levels of your sessions are in there, and you have webinars and you have events, like the solstice event. So the solstice event is a good example. So the solstice event, again, is the bridge between the free people who are your followers, your network that you have an audience to, and then actually paying you something for something. They're coming to an event of yours, right? Now that they're a client at your event, now they're a prospect for a session. Now they're a prospect for a boat retreat. Now they're a prospect for this. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're always paying attention. How do I step clients up? And what can I do to put an offering in this place that's in between the $30 come to the event and the $300 session? Like what else can I find to put in there so I can sell for $100 so that I can get people that want to pay something for $100? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that this is something to work on for sure, to really get clear on it.
And the reason again is because what we're doing now is we're going to connect your network. This is like the last thing, one of the last things for us to talk about is the network that you are tapping into of promotional people that are sharing your content. Because again, right now for this time, it's a very closed group likely because it's the first one you're doing. The other thing about it too is I would highly, highly, highly recommend to do it with people that will agree to let you take photos and videos, with whatever.
Yeah, these are going to be most likely clients of ours that we've worked with. Mm-hmm. They've already been doing business with us. They've already been engaging with us. So
Yeah, but again, if I saw the pictures that you had in the Google Doc. I want to encourage you to share with me the cloud of whatever the photos and videos that you have, because I think the photos and videos that you're going to be able to take in the event is at a different level, like and that's part of what I wanted to share about even the descriptions. Like when you say we're going to have like, a cacao ceremony, or we say we're going to have, a tantric exercise or something like that, I would really encourage you to share in a rich video description of what you are creating. You know what I'm saying?
We do have some video coming because we went on the boat this weekend, and I had one of my friends who's a videographer and photographer, and she did a lot of photo and video for us. So we're gonna have a lot more of that content.
Yeah. Do you have that in the cloud format? Do you want to share that?
Yeah, I have to get the hard drive disk from her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. What you're looking to create with this, like you said, is to create an awareness within the audience that you want to reach, and you want to continually expand your audience, right? The way for you to, best expand your audience is by having people who are influencers, whatever level of influence they're at. We're all influencers, right? But some people have bigger networks than others, right?
Yeah.
So the idea for you is to have the biggest networks possible sharing you with the world, right?
Yeah.
This is your ultimate growth strategy, essentially. Okay. And this is why you don't want to have the only things you're selling are your one-day retreat and your private sessions. You want to have a whole realm of products and everything you're selling.
A whole funnel, right? And that's why I'm working on the book and the app and all these things, and those things,
and the products and everything. I get it.
And everything takes time.
I totally understand, but I'm bringing it back to this moment, because what I'm helping you do is create the network using this event to help you promote this event, and we'll talk about what you can do to create something. My recommendation to you, this is what I always did, like with my big events, maybe you remember being a part of something like this, was to create like an event with all of the promotional partners, to have them like experience something and get some value to create like a big explosion into the world. I kind of get, I don't know, it's a little bit longer conversation for us to have later, but I think it's important. Like there's specific people that I'm thinking of, that I would encourage you to start developing a promotional partnership with, right? And here, let me just pause for a second. Those are just,
you could just send me that list.
I will send you that list. Those are just a few people off the top of my head, but these are people that when they are sharing, and others, there's lots more. And this is the thing, this is how we're using the system to create this network. Like you're using the system, they're using the system, they're being a connector for you, you're being a connector for them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why it's so important for all of us to use the system, so that we're all getting this benefit of being in the network and sharing and connecting. And you get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying everybody that's showing up in your world around this project, we want to put them into the system so that we're all operating within the system. And then next time you need one of these, you actually see that Aaron's got one of those, or that Jenny's got one of these. You get what I'm saying? We're all sharing resources with each other, because we're all tapping all of our resources into the network. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like very, very soon you'll have like infinite choices. It'll just be based on how quick do I want it, or how good do I want it to be, or how fast do I want it to be. And then you'll be able to pay whatever, is your priority.
Okay. Yeah, so that's something I'll definitely want to discuss more as part of the strategy of what we're creating is doing a funnel, having the plan of how everything weaves into one another, how the book and the app and the retreats, they all weave into each other, the products. And then of course, how do we create this network, right? That's definitely something to follow up with.
Yeah, I want to, that's
Yeah.
the thing, is right now for this event, there's other, I mean, let me just share these other pieces because I know you wanted to know my other feedback on what was written there specifically. So I'm going to save the pieces that I can talk to you about later. You know what, you're going to be, when you publish this, you can edit it later, right?
Yeah.
I think
What do you mean? Like, oh yeah, I can edit it. Sure.
I think what I'm going to do in the interest of time is I'm going to send you, do you want me to just put comments in the Google Doc, or do you want me?
Yeah, because this is something that yesterday we all read and agreed upon. So I don't want to change anything until
Sure.
I would review with them. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, a lot of what I wrote has to do with like strategy and stuff like that. And
yeah, comments would be good because I'm going to see Catherine and Serge and Ali, so then I could discuss that with them.
Okay, I'll create some comments for you. Let me just pause again for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to add comments onto the Google Doc. I'm going to maybe record some video stuff for you too, because I think it'll be easier to explain some things in a video format. So I'll give you my input in ways that I can. I think, again, for right now, for what you've got is fine. The thing, again, the only caution I would say to you guys, but if you're ready to live with the consequences, is that you don't know yet how much money you're going to end up with, because
so maybe that is something we wanted to talk about today, actually. So I could bring it up to the team, is we want to get a estimate of what we're going to be spending.
Everything. I mean, if you, whatever you guys can know, and certainly, again, you can know gas and you can know food and you can know certain things that aren't going to change.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever, yeah, just figure out whatever you can, because again, you want the numbers to work. And I think like part of the strategy that I'm saying is I would be like talking about like a waiting list and stuff like that. Because I would be talking about that. Not like if you're going to sell out by early bird, but like, you know, where you're of course going to have your early bird prices be taken. It's not like you're going to be having to sell anything. You're going to have people showing up for this opportunity. So really you're sharing it with the world, and you're giving people a chance, if they want to be on a waiting list for the next one, they can be it. And
what you're saying is to make a note saying something about a waiting list?
Yeah, I'm saying that what you should be projecting in the way that you're describing the event is the anticipation that it's going to get sold out like immediately. Because really,
like expressing that. Yeah.
And that's where I would, if I were you, I would give the clients and the handpicked people, I would give them, you know, a couple of days in advance before you make it public, to give them the chance to take that spot, because
opportunity. Yeah. From
a sales perspective, that's actually going to be, you know, your best leverage with them, because if you're not presenting it to them with that level, like, you're one of the people that I would really love to have in this experience, and I want to give you the opportunity to be a part of it before I share it with the public. If you're interested, let me know by, you know,
personal clients, and tell them that.
Yeah, exactly. The handpicked people that you're imagining. And then the best thing you can do is to publicize this whole event and say, we sold it out before we made it public, but we have a waiting list for the next one. So you get what I'm saying?
I like that. Yeah.
That's how you create the demand, basically, right? is that you, you know, people want this. People see that people want this. And that's how you're able to, you know, again, just create the reality that you want to create around this. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
That's going to allow you to raise the prices too. When you can increase the demand and you have a limited supply, then you can raise the prices. So if you want to raise the prices, you have to increase the demand. Make sense?
Yeah.
If you don't have enough demand to meet your prices, you're not getting it sold, right? If you're getting it sold out in advance, then you have more demand and you can charge more. Do you get
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So you want to create a lot of demand. So yeah, let's get this sold out
So maybe,
from the exclusive
how
people.
would you say that in one sentence? Maybe you could even, I wouldn't mind if you type it in, if you can, just a one sentence, how you would type it in.
How you would type it in about like we're sold out?
What you're talking about. Yeah, like maybe here where it says book your tickets before November 1st to make sure you get on board and enjoy the early bird special. I think it would go under there.
What do you imagine?
It's under ticket option. So look under ticket option.
Yeah. We have 4 ticket options.
Look all the way on the bottom, right where you have your cursor. No, go up. You see where you have that right there? Yeah, right. Like right underneath that sentence.
Uh-huh.
Like if you just click under book your tickets before November 1st to make sure you get on board and enjoy the early bird special. What would you say there about that?
Well, what I'm saying is I'm suggesting that you literally offer this to some clients first, get the whole thing booked, and then make this public and say we're sold out already, but this is what we're doing with people that we privately offered this to. And now we're going to do this again, you know, in February or whenever it would be, December. And we're going to, you know, we're taking bookings now, basically, early bird. So that's how, but the early bird for the next one is going to be more than the $9.99. Like we sold it early this time at this rate, but now the early bird is like $12.99 or something like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
What you're creating the reality that you want much faster by creating the reality that you want. You get what I'm saying? And so well, again, if I were you, I would give you guys, it's Thursday. I would say contact the clients tomorrow, Saturday at the latest. Give them like until Sunday at midnight. Tell them that you're going to make it public like 10 a.m. on Monday or something like that. And if they want to be on it, you know, before it goes public, then you need to know by, I don't know, 9 p.m. Sunday night or whatever you want to say. Do you get what I'm saying? And you should, between, you know, you and Allie and Catherine and Serge and Mona, you guys should be able to sell it out with the people that you're thinking of, right? Yeah. And again, so your capacity is 12. The other thing I wanted to say, I personally would not have it be an option for people to sleep over if they weren't there during the day. I would only make it that you have 3 couples that are there for the whole day and sleeping over, and you have another 3 couples or 6 singles or whatever during the day. You know.
Oh, you're saying we shouldn't have the overnight ticket?
No, well, the overnight tickets will be the 3 VIP couples. What I would do is I would sell 3 VIP couples that are going to be there for the day and the night, and
that's how I had it originally.
And I would definitely do that, because think about it energetically, is if you have a whole day of activities and then at night some new people show up, it's a whole different vibe. They haven't been there for the whole experience. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? It's you're cutting you're changing the energy dynamics unnecessarily. It's my opinion, you know.
Yeah.
I would say just find the 3 couples that are going to be there for the day and night, and then find the other 3 couples that are just going to be there for the day. That's kind of the way that I see it.
Okay.
And that's just, so that's just 6, let's, you know, call them sales for lack of a better term. So that's 6 sales, you know, between you guys, you know, averaging 1 like full day and night and 1 day each, essentially, right? Between you and Allie and Catherine and Serge, essentially. But again, let's just, I would assume that you guys are going to get that book from the people that you're thinking of. But if not, then you're ready with, you know, the invitation to go out on Monday and say, these are already sold out. We already sold out our full day and nights, but we have, you know, 2 days left or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can be an early bird for the next one if you want, because clearly we're going to sell out in advance. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You can be an early bird.
So even if you don't have it completely 100% sold out, let's say you have it 50% sold out, you can let people know, like, we didn't even go public yet, and we've already sold out 50%. You want to create the demand is really what it comes to.
You want to create, like, yeah.
And the biggest way you're going to create the demand too over time is by having more and more people know about what you're offering and be interested, right? The wider the audience that you have, the more people are going to be interested in this.
Yeah.
The way you get that wider audience is by these promotional partners that you're connecting with. So all of their networks are going to know about your next, you know, boat retreat. You're going to have to start, you know, you're doing it now quarterly because you don't want to have, you know, the overhead yourself of doing it. But if you can create enough demand, you could be doing it weekly and have your staff managing the whole thing.
That would be ideal.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, the limit is just creating the demand, but creating the demand comes down to creating the promotional network. And that's where, again, I'm going to help you connect with specific people that are going to help you draw.
And then maybe for that, there's some sort of referral bonus or something for them, an incentive, right?
Exactly. For them to become a connector. That's the thing. I'm going to connect you with these people. I'm going to be a connector. They're going to connect you with their network. They're going to be connectors. Yeah. That's how we all make this work for everybody.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll talk to the team today and mention what we talked about.
Yeah. Again, you know, I'm always going to say, take whatever you want, whatever you find of value, and let the rest of it go. You're not going to think everything I say is going to be valuable to you, but I think I've created a lot of different valuable pieces. The thing that I think, again, would be really helpful for you guys is creating this demand where you can charge more essentially with the same people because you have created an environment. It's kind of like the line out the door at the club concept. You get it? Like, if there's not a line out the door at the club, then like nobody wants to go to that club.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
You've got to show that
everybody wants to be where the action is.
You want to sell out everything.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to have 100 or 200 people or whatever your solstice event is going to be. You want to sell it out. You want to sell out everything and have this aura around you that everybody wants what you've got.
Right.
So we're creating it right now, right? And the first step is you guys doing what you need to do with your clients to inspire them to want to be on this boat with you. Do you get what I'm saying? And when you guys do that, then you'll be sold out, and then you'll be ready to sell out your next one like next week. Like, your next one will get sold out now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Then
you'll have to add another one. Okay, because December got sold out, we're adding another one in November. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you sell that out. This is how you create an enterprise, and we're systematizing it so that you can. You get what I'm saying? then you're not limited because it's taking all your energy. You're not having to, you get what I'm saying? You've developed a business where you're successful at this because you've created a system and everyone's in the network all doing their part and we're all doing this together. You get it?
Exactly. That's it.
That's it. So we're
Yay!
starting the process with you. I totally appreciate it. I honor you and appreciate you, Angie, that you're being the trailblazer, and especially with this event that we're showing the world how we systematize these things and how it allows all of us to succeed and thrive.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Jared. I really appreciate your support. And yeah, I'll talk to the team about it and we'll follow up for next time.
Okay, awesome.
Right.
Great to be with you, Angie.
All right. Bye-bye.
Have a great
Thank you.
have a great evening. Enjoy your experience.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye-bye.